Meet Vyacheslav Datsik, the craziest fighter in Russia. His opponents are often left paralyzed with fear at the mere thought of facing him. Red Tarzan doesn't know what a diet is, and his favorite meal? Human flesh in the ring. In his debut fight, he demolished the legendary Andrei Arlovsky, and then spent half his life behind bars. Get ready to enter the world of madness and chaos, the world of Datsik, and witness his most brutal and fearsome fights. This is Boxing Game. Here we go. Vyacheslav Datsik, born in 1980, has been known for his wild personality since childhood, constantly getting into street fights. By the time he was 18, he had already suffered 16 concussions. One day, Datsik decided to watch a fight featuring future UFC champion Andrei Arlovsky. However, Pitbull's opponent didn't show up, leaving the entire arena disappointed. But not Datsik. The crazy Russian, just a regular guy, immediately volunteered to fight the elite fighter.
Giving his other opponent.
The bell sounded, and the two wasted no time, exchanging violent greetings. Soon enough, the pro began showing Datsik what true martial arts power looked like. Like a seasoned matador, Arlovsky gracefully tamed the raging bull. It looked like Datsik would be heading home with yet another concussion.
And a big kick by Arlovsky. Things seemed to have gotten personal in the ring.
But then, something unimaginable happened. One punch was all it took for Vyacheslav Datsik to send the Pitbull back to his cage.
Arlovsky is out. The fight is over.
Realizing that he could legally maim people in the ring, Datsik decided to step into professional sports from that moment on. Anyone who faced him felt like a gladiator stepping into the Colosseum with a wild beast. The only catch? Between fights, the mad Russian alternated sparring sessions with armed robberies. Eventually, his promising career was cut short when he was sentenced to 10 years in prison. After his release, Datsik decided to live out the rest of his days in the wild forest. But his love for violent fights never left his blood, and after terrorizing bears, he made a shocking return to the big leagues of combat sports. Datsik's first opponent was none other than Alexander Emelianenko, the brother of legendary Fedor Emelianenko. But it only took Datsik 10 seconds to turn Emelianenko into a heap of broken bones.
Сейчас станем свидетелями того, как они наконец-таки разберутся, и самое главное, что они разберутся согласно правилам.
Да, тут же пошел размен. Datsik, понятное дело, именно это.
The chubster loved shoveling tons of food into himself, but what he devoured faster than his meals was his opponents. A Russian hybrid of Butterbean and Tank Abbott, Datsik stunned everyone with his overwhelming power and complete lack of logic. But that didn't stop him from dropping none other than Jerome Lebanner to the canvas. His next challenge was British knockout artist Kofi King, who clearly spent as much time in the gym as Datsik did in the kitchen. But as soon as the fight began, the Red Tarzan started pounding Kofi Kingston's head harder than an espresso shot.
Друзья, главное событие этого вечера есть попадание Датсик. Едва не отправил своего оппонента.
Нокдаун отсчитывают. Рэнди Рэнда идут. Но, правда, жалуется, что были нанесены удары по затылку. Но едва не смел Датсик.
In the end, Datsik made short work of King, turning him into a mere joke.
Кинг готов.
Кинг уже не выглядит таким королем, каким он был до боя.
Ай-яй-яй-яй-яй. Да, Вячеславу все-таки надо иногда оставлять
Выбрасывают полотенце.
Полотенце выбрасывают из...
Из угла Кофи Кинга.
Datsik's next opponent was someone he never expected, a fellow beast in the ring. This giant was named Geronimo dos Santos, known as the cook in the ring because he turns every opponent into a rare steak. At the press conference, Dos Santos thought he could intimidate the Russian with his madness, but Datsik quickly showed who the real daddy was. Then, the giant tried to attack Vyacheslav on stage, but Red Tarzan managed to hold off the Titan's attack. Two wild beasts were about to determine who would stand at the top of the food chain. But as soon as the fight started, it became clear. Dos Santos fell harder than he roared.
И в итоге был вынужден признать свою поражение.
He struggled to get up, but Datsik immediately sent him crashing back down. With his dreams shattered and pride in ruins, Dos Santos surrendered, whispering the truth no warrior wants to say. Datsik roared like a lion, and he meowed like a kitten. Vyacheslav Datsik is the scariest fighter on the planet, but he is also a loving husband and caring father. He may have been insane in the ring, but for his baby girl, he was just a dad on a mission to fight, to win, to build her a future. When Datsik faced the legendary Antonio Bigfoot Silva, the Brazilian had victories over legends like Fedor Emelianenko, Travis Brown, and Alistair Overeem. But all those accolades became meaningless once the bell rang. Datsik turned the legendary Brazilian's world into a carnival of pain and fear.
Летел. Ну как это было в его последнем бою с Cavalari. Все. Почувствовал запах крови Вячеслав.
The wild Russian was so superior to his opponent that he completely forgot about defense. Even Bigfoot's massive legs couldn't help him escape the relentless attacks of the red monster.
И вот что сейчас будет делать, потому что показалось, что удар Вячеслава после гонга был нанесен, да.
Datsik's power was so overwhelming that Silva's body couldn't take it. His legs were still standing, but his soul had already left. And Datsik finished it with his signature roar, proving once again why he is the king of the ring. The next opponent for Red Tarzan was the former Glory champion, Brazilian Saulo Cavalari. He was supposed to be one of Datsik's toughest challenges, but in reality, the Brazilian had nothing to counter the Russian beast. Soon, Datsik performed a deadly samba for the Brazilian, showing him the true meaning of power and dominance in the ring.
Vyacheslav! Рыжий Тарзан!
In 2020, Datsik realized he wasn't getting enough protein, so he decided to feast on two poor souls at once. The idiots thought they could take down the Russian bull together. They thought they had him under control, pressing him to the ropes. They thought they had him trapped, but a beast in a corner is a beast ready to unleash hell. Before long, Datsik made them regret ever being born. He battered them like children, and their punches felt like nothing more than mosquito bites to the savage Russian. Soon, one of them was knocked out cold. The second guy didn't fare much better. He was left alone with Datsik, and the next 2 minutes turned into a nightmare. Next thing you know, he was launched over the ropes and handed a savage beating. Thankfully, the referee stepped in, saving him from a second death sentence of the night. Vyacheslav Datsik is truly one of the most unique fighters in the world, but his power commands respect from all fans. Vote in the comments. Who's stronger, Datsik, Butterbean, or Tank Abbott? This was Boxing Game. Thank you for watching.